Hey Massage Business Support Network, Alicia. Just hanging out in the office on a beautiful Thursday afternoon. And we're actually running our retreat in Geelong with our clients, six-figure therapist clients, tomorrow and over the next couple of days. And I'm really excited to be able to, share with them, meet with them. It's amazing to connect with them in the room. But what I wanted to talk to you guys today about, because as I've been planning for this and kind of getting preparing for it, I've been thinking about some of the biggest changes. Hey guys, great to see you on. Some of the biggest changes that I've seen happen in the treatment room and how that occurred. Because I remember, Stewie Hines, a bunch of you guys will know him. One of the things I remember that Stuart talking about was how I can't remember the class what it was, but he was talking about power tools and how we sell things to clients because of what they need, right? Like how if you've got a chippy and he's literally banging down on a hammer all day and how that's going to affect his arm muscles and his shoulder, whereas a nail gun, although it's gonna require some force, it's going to be a little bit different and it's going to make a massive change and a massive difference in your client's life. And so he talked about how we actually have to become change agents and really good in being able to connect or to create change in our clients' lives. And I think he's absolutely right. And I think about a lot of the times in the treatment room where I was getting, older guys to start drinking water. And I mean, everyone knows that you should drink water, drink water, be hydrated, all that kind of stuff. It's really common, it's normal, but how many people, particularly my guys, I don't know about you guys, but that was just in my experience, we're like, oh yeah, now fishes will pee in it. Now fishes pee in that stuff. You'll make you rust, that stuff will. I remember doing a talk once at a men's shed and it was like, I called it something like why you need to drink water and not beer. And they just laughed. They literally laughed at me. But by the end of it, I actually had them all lining up for glasses of water, which the guy who was heading it up had never seen before. And I think that what I learned, what I was doing in that moment, and what a bunch of you guys I know do really well as well, or sometimes want to know how to actually be able to create change, hey Sarah, is literally how do you create lasting change in people's lives? And it doesn't come through education, because everybody knows you should drink more water. Everybody knows that there is lots of things, you should stretch, you should take care of yourself, etc. But the difference between knowledge and taking action is there's a really key important word, and that is influence. Because when you can influence other people, you actually help them to create lasting change in their treatment room. That's what I want to talk to you guys about today. And welcome to everybody on. Great to see you guys on here. Influence is the biggest game changer when it comes to creating change in your clinic. Now, again, I was reminded of this week. So once a month, I massage. I've got some beautiful, beautiful family and friends that come and see me. I just treat 1 or 2 days of the month, so I can literally just keep my hand in the game, because otherwise it's easy to get, caught up in the Facebook ads and the charging more and the mindset and the business side of things that I never want to forget what it's like to be a therapist, even though I've been doing this for 19 years. And so I was treating someone this week, and just knowing, she's actually the daughter of a client that I treat on a regular basis, and she just came in for the first time in ages, and she just reminded me of why her dad comes to see me. And he doesn't use the same language she does. But it was such a great reminder of how powerful our treatments actually are. And every single one of you guys watching that treats clients knows the difference, that the kind of change work that we do, whether it's massage or myotherapy or Reiki or pregnancy or whatever your modality is, however you frame it to yourself, you know that it makes a difference. And it's not just, oh yeah, their back gets better. A great example, and I've shared this before, but I wanted to share it again because I think the power of influence is really powerful. That it's not just influencing your clients for greater change, but it's actually learning how to influence your own situations to create greater outcomes for your clients. My mum is an education support worker at Meredith Primary School in Victoria, a little country town. She's got a gorgeous handful of kids that she looks after and takes care of. And anyway, it was sort of one of her first terms that she'd been doing it. She's got a really high needs child that she takes care of in particular. And she came, and she's a really cruisy, very, very resilient woman. And she came to see me one day after school, and she was just beyond. It was just like, this was frustrating, nothing to do with school, but this was frustrating, and that was frustrating, and she was really mad about this, and blah, and there was so much energy, and I could just feel it. You know, you guys get it. I could just feel it. And I'm like, Mom, come here, get on the table. And so I did. I literally just chucked her on the table, and I just did some Bowen. Like, I'm a Bowen therapist, and I didn't have time to massage her. It was before tea, the kids were around, and I'm like, right, kids, go and play your iPads. Grandma, come in here right now, get on the table. And within, I don't know, like a series of moves, like I'd done some work on her back and her hips and her legs, and I rolled her over, and all of a sudden she just took this big deep breath, she relaxed, and she told me what was really going on. And it was nothing to do with all the other stuff that was going on. It was actually, her heart was almost broken for the child that she was working with. And she just didn't know what to do. And she was just at the end of her tether, and there was actually a lot of sadness there that she was able to express. And what happened was, that night, she stayed over that night, she slept really well, got up the next day and went to school. How do you think she's going to influence the people around her when she steps back into that classroom from a place of being connected with who she is? Because for her heart is for kids. She's one of these people, like, she just is the Pied Piper. Whenever she is there, whenever grandma's there, there's kids. My son, who's 11, will drop his iPad on the ground and bolt to the front door if he knows grandma's there. Because it's grandma, right? She's an amazing woman. When she had all this stuff going on, though, it was really hard for her to actually make those connections with the children because she was so caught up in her own stuff. One treatment, 10 minutes worth of body work, and all of a sudden this woman is connected back to her heart and knows and is reminded again why she's actually there. And she's there because she loves to work with kids. And she knows that she can actually make a difference. And that is the power of influence. That it's not just me telling Mum, sit down, shut up, breathe, you're going to be fine. But actually influencing her body, her nervous system, and making a difference and connecting her back to her big why. That's what created the breakthrough for her. When her nervous system relaxed, she remembered then why she actually loves to do what she does. And when she stepped back into the treatment room, not only was she more connected to that again, but imagine the connections that she's making with the children now because she has the headspace to be able to do that. So they go away learning better, feeling more connected, feeling more loved. The teacher that she works in the room with is also feeling those things. They're not consciously feeling it, but they are being influenced in a way that wasn't happening before. Now, this is just one 10-minute window. And I know that you guys that have been doing this for a long time, in 16 years worth of full-time massage, I think I saw over 5,000 people or something. I worked it out, or around there, maybe more, I don't know. But every single one of them, you have the opportunity to influence change at this level. Because if you work on managing your state and being able to, the way we framed this at my clinic when I had staff, and Sarah, who was watching before and might still be watching this, will remember this. We used to say, leave your shit at the door and come to work and serve your clients. Now that might sound a bit harsh, but that was the language we used and it resonated with us, which was a reminder to go, you know what, I know that there's stuff going on. I'm a busy mom, I'm a busy whatever. However, I'm going to leave that at the door. I'm going to come to work and serve my clients, and then I'm going to serve them with all my heart. When you do that, it actually allows them to have the space to heal. And then they come in, they get influenced for the power of good, like their body feels good, their nervous system feels good. You start to talk to them about water, and you talk to them about why drinking water is more important. You talk about why stretching is good, and you map it to it. People would be like, oh, I can't drink water. I just find I have to pee all the time. It's okay. Well, have sips. When you make a cup of tea, have a glass of water. Like, you find something that they're doing to be able to influence them to start to make the changes that you want. Because is being more hydrated going to make their life better or worse? It's going to make their life better. So I'm going to figure out a way that I can actually communicate with them so that they get it. When you start to affect change in that treatment room like that with your clients, they then, just like I shared with my mum, start to affect change in the people around them. And all of a sudden, the treatments that you do, the way that you conduct yourself in the treatment room starts to influence your community. People can learn better, people can heal better, people can connect better. Mums aren't yelling at their kids as much. Dads don't feel so tired and grumpy. You've got aunties and uncles that are making more time for their families. You've got grandparents who are able to connect to their kids. All of a sudden, they start to affect other people, and we create an amazing change in this world. And that is why we do massage. That's why we do body work. That's why it's so important to manage our own state as we go in and not get burnt out, and make sure that we're doing all the self-care advice that we recommend. And that is how we change the health of our world. That's how we start to do it. And it's through influence. And influence doesn't happen at the details level. It's not about me giving you the best formula for getting your clients to succeed in drinking lots of water. The purpose of this video is to share with you why that is so important, and why it's so important to connect with your clients in a way that they get, so that they can take the change and it makes sense to them in their map of the world. And when we can create that kind of change, everything starts to change. And it's less about the rules, get them to drink this way or do that. It's like, no. Yeah, okay, we're governed by an association or some guidelines, which are really important, and we have to adhere to them. However, for what purpose? It's the adult version of why. When you ask yourself, for what purpose am I doing all this stuff? It's to create change in people's health. It's to influence people's lives so that they start to feel better with who they are. Hey, Sean. Hey, Darren. Hey, a bunch of you guys. Great to see you guys on here. It's like, that's the purpose. That is absolutely the purpose to everything we do, is that influence changes things. Because if people just walk around with a set of rules, they're just going to break them. We know that. You give people 3 stretches, they're more likely to do 1 if you're really lucky, because they don't do it. Whereas when you can map it across to their lives, make it relevant to them, and give them a purpose, like, why do I have to do this? Because it's going to make your massage last longer in between sessions, because it's going to, your muscles get short and contracted because you spend the day like this, and then you want me to, help you stay like this in 1 hour, and you expect it to last. I'm sorry, that's not going to work. It just doesn't work like that. People don't know their body. We spend a year or 2 or 3 or more learning about how our bodies function, how they work. But our general population, they don't do that. We actually have to influence them. We have to educate them, and we have to share with them in a way that they understand, which is, like I said, the equivalent of for what purpose, which is the equivalent of the kids' why. Because that is how we affect greater change in this world. And if you are committed to being a health leader and helping your clients, then commit to wanting to actually change people's lives, because that is actually what we're doing. And it's really just acknowledging what we actually do in the treatment room every day. And for me, this week has been a fantastic reminder of how powerful bodywork is. And it doesn't matter what modality you practice. There is no one modality that's better than another. That's not what this is about. The purpose for this video is to just go, let's be reminded that we can actually make incredible difference, not just to that one client we saw, not just to that other client that we saw, but knowing how they will then show up in their day, how they're going to show up in their community, how they'll show up in their family is going to be different. And that is why this is one of the most greatest, exciting and powerful industries on the planet. And that's exactly why we do what we do, because I want to see more people experiencing what the clients that I had experienced this week doing that. And I just love to hear when people have breakthrough after breakthrough on the treatment table, because therapists get it. Therapists are actually there holding the space. I know we're not counselors, it's outside of our scope, and still people tell us stuff. They just do. They just start sharing. And sometimes they don't need us to say anything. Sometimes they just need us to hold the space. So have an absolutely epic day, legends. Anything that's resonated, feel free to share below. Would love to hear if there's a situation or a time where you know that you've really made a massive difference. Careful of confidentiality and all that sort of stuff. But if you know that something you've experienced has actually impacted yourself or it's impacted your client, I'd love to hear about it. Have an absolutely epic day, legends. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.